You can now proceed. Our session is now live. Eric, welcome. You can just now proceed.
Oh, so now we are set. Hello, you can hear me well?
Yes, I can.
Douglas, for this opportunity. I know we have been planning for these events or this session for quite some time. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're very well.
Douglas, can you hear me clearly? Oh, okay, thank you. So, as I said, I feel very honored for you giving me this opportunity to share the little knowledge that I have with you guys in regards to the freelancing industry here in Kenya, and how people can take this opportunity, grow their skills, and tap the market in terms of creating more opportunities. So thank you everyone for showing up to our today's session. Feel at home. Also, make sure you prepare yourself for any question that ask at the end of the session, or also you can share your questions on the chat sections. That is the message. That is chat section. In case you have any question. But without further ado, I would like to start. So I'll be using a small PowerPoint presentation, which is going to guide us on few topics that we are going to cover today, so that we can understand much about this topic. So let me share the presentation, and Douglas, you let me know whether it's visible on your end, so that everyone can be able to see what is happening. So Douglas, is it visible from your end? Douglas, kindly let me know whether it's visible on your end.
It's visible.
Okay, thank you. So as I said, our today's session, we are going to talk about freelancing in Kenya, and not only in Kenya, but Kenya is like our field of study, up, and how you can also strategize yourself for this opportunity. So for those who don't know me, my name is Eric, but I normally go with different ads based on where you find me. Like for example, if you met me in YouTube, I normally run a YouTube channel which is called Codester Technologies, where I normally share tech-related content. So in most cases, most of my followers on YouTube, they normally refer to me as Codester. Then we have got on Facebook, which you can also find me there. There is a fan page for Codester Technologies, but also most of the people we met from the personal account, which is Ericobanks. So in most cases, for those who come from the YouTube, Facebook side, I know most of you know me as Ericobanks. And again, we normally interact a lot with so many people on WhatsApp. I am in various WhatsApp groups which are here in Kenya and also Africa at large, for that matter. And from those WhatsApp group, tech WhatsApp group, we normally share a lot. And I kind of like sharing with people on those platforms so that I can be able to educate more and also learn from other people as much as I can. So from WhatsApp, most of them, they normally refer me to as Codester because my WhatsApp profile, it's Codester Technologies. And also you can find me on TikTok, which is another platform which I normally share some content. Also, you can find me on LinkedIn, also another platform where I normally also share most of my content, and also I learn from others from all those different platforms. Again, professional wise, I'm an IT professional. That's how I normally identify myself. I'm an IT professional. Reason being, I'm a man of different hats. In this case, when I say many hats, it's because I identify myself as a teacher first, because for the longest time in the industry, I've been training. I have been a trainer in different institutions, different institutions, like it can be a college. Like for example, there is a time I worked in Nairobi back in the days when I was studying my career back in officially it was 2014, somewhere there. But before that, I used to get some gigs here and there in different colleges as I was still studying. Again, I worked in a town called Malindi. I also went to Thika. There is another college where I taught there. And also I taught at Muranga. Currently, I'm in Nairobi, still working with various institutions and also pushing my dream, which is Codester Technology, also to make it standard. In all those institutions, most of them, it's about training. But at the end of the day, as a trainer, I kind of make sure I do my things practically. That's how I learned some of these skills in a way that I can, it's not all about just educating people. I want also to be in a position where I can also apply the kind of knowledge that I share with the people. So in most cases, that's why you find that I can fit in different IT areas. And in this case, apart from the training, I am a web developer. That's another way I normally identify myself. I create websites. I support websites of so many institutions. That's an area that I work as a freelancer. And in website, you know, there are static website, there are dynamic website, which has got the both front end and the back end. In that area, I've worked for quite some time. I have a good experience in that area. Again, during my normal working days, I also work as a graphic designer for some institutions. So I'll end up creating things like flyers, brochures, calendars, marketing stuff. I normally do that, posters for Facebook and so forth. So in most of institutions which I've worked with, those are some of the things that I've created. That's why I was telling you, you need to know that I wear so many hats. From the teachers, from the web development, now graphic designs. You'll also find me in the technical part, which is just repair, maintenance of machines. I'm good at that. So in any institutions which some of the institutions which I've worked with, it's the work of the technical support, that is the IT support. That's an area which is also under part of my responsibilities, which I've done for quite so long. Again, we have got networking. It's another area where you find that in most of the institutions which you have worked with, I can say up to medium level institutions, where you find that they have complex networks, a network which you need to separate in different networks, something like that. So I consider it as a medium kind of institution, but also when you go to advanced institutions, you'll find that the networks a little bit grows larger. So in the field of networking, it's another area which I also have skills, and other areas. So in this case, as you can see, I am a teacher, I'm a web developer, I am a graphic designer, I'm also in the field of technical support, that is computer support, repair, maintenance here and there. We have got networking and other areas which I've worked, which are out of my field. But I try as much as I can to kind of maintain the IT aspect in all the things that I do. So that's about me. So I've been in the field for over almost 10 years, which is, can say it's a good experience. And I can say, given a chance like the chance that you have given me today to share with you, I have got something little which I can share with you. And I know it is going to help you, because something that I've practiced in one way or the other for a very long time. So let's check our today's agendas. And in this case, I would like us to know much about what is freelancing, the freelancing landscape in Kenya, how it looks like, some of the opportunities for freelancers, strategies that you can put in place so that you can be successful in this field of freelancing. And then we have got the tools and resources that you need. And after that, I also need you guys to make sure you ask some questions, because that's how you normally make some of these sessions more interactive for us to share and learn from each other. So that is it. So let's go ahead. And I know most of you understands what freelancing is. And freelance is that aspect where you find that you are able to work, you are not like working for an institution which has employed you formally, but in this aspect, you just engage them for a specific task. And it cannot, it is not limited to only one institution. You can work for different institutions, and also you can also it's an aspect of also pushing your also personal brand, personal businesses, something like that. But you don't necessarily need to have a formal place where you can go out there, meet with people, or maybe with your clients, and kind of exchange things here and there, like in terms of their services and so forth. It's not a must to have a physical place, but still, if you can manage maybe to get an office, still it's not a problem with that. So freelancing is where you find that also it's like you are selling your services or your goods in a platform where it is informal. It's not formally established in terms of rules and regulations of an institutions. And in this aspect, you can work with different people, like individual level. You can also work with different businesses or companies at different levels. So that's what freelancing is. And there are different types of freelancing tasks or gigs or jobs that we can engage in. And I know most of you have heard about some of these jobs. One being online writing, which is very, very common here in Kenya. Sometimes you'll hear people saying that we wanafanya online writing and so forth. So online writing is where you find that maybe you might be given a task, maybe to do research of someone who is in need of a final year project, maybe research project, something like that. And you need to kind of do the documentation part, or maybe do the research and prepare everything so that you can help them to submit this kind of work. Among other tasks, sometimes you might find that maybe it's kind of you are digitizing some information, because it's not limited to only online online writing in my perspective. You find that maybe sometimes you can also get some kind of data entry jobs. For example, where you find that most of the institutions which normally do their stuff manually, they might share the images of some of the maybe forms from customers. Maybe if it is an hospital, it can be those forms that are filled by maybe patients or maybe doctors and so forth. And they want to key this information into their information management system, or maybe a system that they have, so that they can make sure everything is digitized. So all this, it's something that I normally put it in under one basket, which is online writing. So it's an area that you can it pays very well. Sometimes it can pay based on per hour. It can pay based on the task. You can quantify the task. Yeah, and once you quantify, at the end of the day, you'll be able to make money out of it. Then we have graphic design and also digital marketing. And for the graphic design, this is where you find that a company can approach you, or an individual can approach you. They need branding. Like, for example, think of maybe a politician who might need branding of maybe during the campaign, something like that. Or a company that needs rebranding. They need flyers, they need brochures, they need posters, they need to have that online presence. So, for example, if it's online presence, that's where now the digital marketing aspect normally now starts to chip in. And and you'll find that you will need to create things like posters, which can be posted on their social media accounts. And also graphic design, it's not limited to, I know categorize it together with the things like video editing and so forth. Although the skills are totally kind of a little bit, there is a difference, small difference, not that big, because one, you're dealing with the image kind of stuff or documents, which is, it's like graphical in nature. Then we have got now there is the video, which is converting this one into a video kind of format, something like that. So it can be the images that you're converting maybe to videos, or maybe you can purely just record videos and so forth, and you need some editing here and there, putting some effects and other stuff here leads to make this video to look more attractive, something like that. So in this aspect, you'll find that now, once you have good skills on graphic design, and you have got some skills on video editing, you can do digital marketing or branding of a specific organization or individual. So either it's online, they can pay you maybe to post on either weekly basis or twice per week in most cases. Those are some of the agreements that you normally find by institutions agreements. When you agree to have that marketing of a specific institution, they might ask you to post on either twice in a week or maybe on daily basis if you feel like, and at the end of the month they will be able to pay you. So we have got several institutions which are kind of doing these kind of jobs. We have an institution, a good example, it's Yellow Pages. Yellow Pages is one institution which normally markets most of institutions, for that matter. It can be hotels, restaurants, maybe much of the hospitality industry, but still they are not limited to that. They can do more than that. So that is on graphic design. You can create a poster on daily basis, post it. If they need flyers, if they need brochures, if they need calendars, if you need to print t-shirts for branding, something like that, marketing purposes, all those materials which are needed for marketing and so forth. As a graphic designer, you should be in a position to do all that. Although printing is a different area, which maybe if you feel like venturing, you can venture in it, such that If you're good in designing, at the end of the day, also you can do the printing part. But sometimes you'll find that because that there is this aspect of digital, sometimes physically printing these kind of documents or these materials, printing these materials, sometimes it's not necessary, but it's good for different, because different marketing requires different approach. So also you can do video editing where you can record different activities for an institution. Just volunteer yourself, go there, do some recording. If it's an institution like a school, maybe learning sessions, how they are conducted, maybe are there practicals, how are they conducted, then come back, do edit the videos here and there, add some effects, and maybe you can be posting them either on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, on all those platforms where these material, whether being the graphic, they can attract more customers for that institution. And the institution is going to make a lot of money, because remember, we are living in a digital world. I had someone referring it to we are the generation of digital pivikas, for that matter. So you need to know this is very, very important. Now, another area of freelancing which you can also venture in is affiliate marketing. And affiliate marketing is something that I've done for quite some time, and you can do it in different ways. It's not a must you have a brand which you are or maybe you have got some products which you're selling. It can be other company, or maybe you engage other companies which they are creating products or maybe manufacturing products and looking for guys who can sell. And I normally say marketing is one of the areas which people normally feel it's one of the hardest job, because I've done it before, where you find that I kind of distribute flyers on the streets, and it's quite a hard job, because sometimes utasikia mtu anakuuliza because some people will relate it like it's like you are giving, because people market different products, and in this case utapata mtu anakuuliza whether you are marketing a certain mganga kutoka sijui Tanzania, something like that. And for that matter, you are marketing maybe a different product, and because of that notion, like most people are doing that, or maybe mtu amewaipitia somewhere and they were given a flyer for mganga, something like that, or mitishamba. Sometimes people have that notion like these people are the same and they are marketing the same product, and they might not give you a chance to explain or even accept the flyer itself. So it becomes very, very difficult. But in marketing, if you can crack just how you can be able to market a specific product, it's one of the things that can give you high returns. As you've seen, most of the celebrities here in Kenya, musicians and so forth, who are maybe even content creators and so forth, they are engaging in this field of marketing. And in this case, affiliate marketing is one of the best. That's why you'll find that they want to be kind of attached themselves to a specific brand, or maybe it can be baby products, women products, it can be men products, something like that. So when you see someone or a certain celebrity is using product A, you feel you want to use the same product. And for this matter, if you can crack or you can do the same thing and be able to market different things, you'll find that you can start making money out of it. So back to my story, I once did online marketing, and in two different ways, where you find that I just need to know someone who is selling different products, maybe in Nairobi, CBD, somewhere there, or maybe, yeah, for that matter, River Road, or whichever way. You just need to know someone who is selling specific products, get to know much about the products they are selling, have a deeper understanding of what they are selling. So in most cases, I will go and look for someone who is selling maybe computers, for that matter, laptops, because I know I will interact with youth, and this youth will need some of these gadgets. So for that matter, because I understand much about the gadgets, and I know this person whom we are working together who is selling this product would not want to ruin my name, I will be able to refer my customers or my people or my followers to that person. And they are able to buy a product, like it can be a laptop, and I'll get either 5,000, 1,000 for product. And remember, it's just by referring to this person to go there. When they go there, once they buy, you are able to get your money and you are good to go. So like, for example, there was a time even a certain institution ended up buying quite a good number of machines. And you can imagine, it ended up help me get some few thousands here and there. So it's one thing that you can do. The other way you can approach it, let me share my screen a little bit so that you can be able to see. There is this, there is an institution called TrueHost. And I think you guys, you can hear me clearly. Douglas, am I audible enough?
Yes, you're audible enough, Eric.
Okay, and I think you can see my screen.
Yes, it's visible.
So there is this company called TrueHost. I'm not marketing them, but it's something that I wanted to share with you guys, at least to see what affiliate marketing can do. Because I have got that huge presence on the social media, like Facebook, WhatsApp, you'll find that I've got that presence. So I normally just need to get the affiliate link. And when I'm talking about web development, people will ask, where do you normally host your stuff? I have to show them where I normally host my stuff. Why do I host with them? I have to explain my experience with these hosting companies and so forth. So they in return, this company also gives me a link which I can share with these people, and I will be able to get some few coins. And one time, because I started hosting my most of my website for different clients with TrueHost, I got this link. This is my link. And one day I was just relaxed, and because they normally send notifications via email every month, and I ended up seeing that there was a client who had bought a certain cloud package. And for that matter, I was able to earn like for quite almost a year plus. I used to earn almost 10,000, something like that. And as you can see, is some of the earnings which have been able to earn sometimes. That is 140,000. And that's a small amount of money. Sometimes if you figure out when you go to Shago, you'll find that you can get a couple lot there, and you do, you'll have somewhere where you can relax during retirement. Maybe if it's Shago and do something. So this being kind of a side hustle, or maybe if you pick it as a full-time job, you can be able to get a number of for different products, for different companies. Some will give you the affiliate link, others will give you a certain code, we call them promotional code, something like that. And you'll be able to earn a good amount of money from these platforms. So whenever I share my link with my friends, or maybe on the followers on different platforms, because I know most of you normally have huge presence. You have got more than 5,000 followers on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, things like those ones. So all those platforms, you need to convert those people to be your audience, who can be able also to help you push your personal like you earn from that relationship. Out of that relationship, you can be able to make money out of it. And this is a mindset that I started back in. I started implementing, because in most cases when I used to post some content on social media, it used maybe to be maybe some personal experience, things like those ones. But when I decided to share content to do with IT or tech, I also felt like it's good to earn out of this audience that I have. So this is a good example. So you can either go on the Liver Road, or maybe Nairobi CBD, or maybe visit different companies, and you'll be able to get that. So let's go back to this one. That is affiliate marketing, but there is something that I will touch on a later part, which is referred to as drop shipping. So in case maybe if I forget, maybe also don't forget to remind me about that one. You can note it somewhere. I don't want to waste a lot of time also. So the other part is content creation, and the content creation can be of different aspects. People normally say these ones, it's like it's not paying, but I can tell you, every 21st, I think 21st, YouTube normally pays 21st. So 21st of every month, you'll find that most of content creators, the likes of Kina Juguna, Ericomondi, we have got good number of guys whom you know in Kenya who normally do content creations. They run their own YouTube channels and so forth. Others normally do what we call vlogging. They talk about their personal life, what they do on a daily basis, and they have been earning money out of it. I can tell you, most of these guys, they normally get maybe a salary which is almost equivalent to most of our members of parliament, and even maybe more, if you consider. This is because the moment they post this content on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, normally here there are some, although I've never earned from TikTok, but people, they normally say they normally get gifted some gifts which they can convert into money, and they will be able to withdraw it as a money. I've tried to on TikTok to kind of follow that option for monetizing, although I've not been consistent, because one thing with this kind of freelancing stuff, you need to be consistent in whatever you do. It's not something that you're going to do today and tomorrow you decide like, okay, today I can forgo and so forth. But it's good to be consistent and hardworking. Make sure you do research, be updated with the current affairs, things like those ones. So you'll find that on TikTok, they get paid. Bloggers, there was a time I used to run a blog, and I used to get some ads. Ads which you normally, it's a code that you normally, wherever you create a blog, you write article on your blog. That article, there is a section where you normally put that code for the ads, such that whoever opens that article, the Google will be able to share some advertisements on your website or your blog for that matter. And now you'll be able, through the views, the more the number of views, the more you get. So it's similar with YouTube. I've also been able to earn from YouTube, though it's not that much. YouTube is one of the hardest platforms where you can make money, I can tell you. But still, once you crack how to do these things and the algorithms accept you, normally say that, because there is that algorithm which normally kind of markets you, checks your visibility, and through that you'll be able now to get that private presence. And whenever you post a video, instead of getting like sometimes I normally post and I will get maybe 5 views, but to me, I know I'm normally okay with that, because I know there is someone who has there are 5 people who have been educated, and maybe if there was someone who has not watched the complete video, maybe there is 1 or 2, and with time I'll get 20, 100, 1,000, 2,000, or the 20 videos have got videos which have got the highest views, like almost over 30, 40 somewhere there. So in this case, that's how you normally earn, where you find that the more you get more views on your videos, YouTube will show some ads, or will run some ads, advertisements, and you'll be able to make money out of it. So content creation, it's an area which I can say you consider it as a freelancing thing, because you don't need creation. Just need to get out there and do some stuff. Maybe you record videos, do your research, write some articles about, maybe is it finance bill, is it what, and so forth. Once you do that, post it on your platform, that is on your blog, can be your social media platforms, and get more views, market yourself, and at the end of the day, make money out of it. One thing I normally tell professionals, so in case maybe you're, it's good to have a personal brand, where either you want to open a business or not. Sometimes it's always good to brand yourself as a brand, even if whether you want to go and ask a job somewhere in a specific institution, but you can present yourself even as like a brand. So in case they want to hire you, it's okay, there's no problem. If they feel maybe it's like you are promoting more of their brand instead of their brand, they'll have to decide whether they need your services or they don't. But at the end of the day, when you push yourself as a brand and present yourself, it becomes very easy for someone to know what you have, what you are capable of doing, and what you have done. They can see all that kind of stuff. So it's something that I've done before. You just go for a job interview and present yourself. Yes, I'm Eric, I need this job, but at the same time, I'm a brand which has been able to do ABCD, and I know this is what you need. So you can get into good terms, because in most institutions, they just need to get their job done. Whichever, we have got so many people who are working for many institutions, and they run their own businesses out there. So still, it's not a thing that needs to scare you. You just need to be courageous enough to face them and support your answers that you give to them, and they will see there is something we can break a deal with these guys. So always you move yourself as a brand. And in this case, if you can now start creating content based on the professional area that you are in, if you are in graphic design, just you can create a platform, YouTube platform or Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, where you're sharing your content. Much of it's graphic design. If you normally do digital marketing, you can decide voluntarily, you just decide to market some specific brands without, it's like you're sharing personal experience, what you normally feel about that brand or about that product maybe they have sold to you. And at the end of the day, through that, I've seen many people who normally end up getting deals, or maybe advertisement deals, something like that, just by doing that kind of volunteer work of marketing, maybe talking about specific products, and those companies will engage you and you'll be good to go. So because one thing, if like look at it at this point, where you find that if I have a company which is maybe manufacturing baby products, and a mother somewhere who is raising their kids, maybe they talk about the products, and we have got the marketing team in that department. If they are not aware about this woman who is talking about these products, and the video, they end up landing to the boss, and maybe weeks, maybe the product starts marketing Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok for that matter, because of how this mother talked about the product. You'll find that the management might engage this mother and decide, because sometimes if they want to use the content because of data security and privacy law, they might decide to engage this person, and at the end of the day, this person will get a job, and he or she might get a good deal of even $1 for any product that they normally sell. And it can be through either affiliate marketing kind of thing, referral. They might give a link, or they might end up giving a promotion code, which people can buy using that one. And at the end of the day, if there are a million sales and you are given one book, you have a million for that matter. So that is content creation. We have got web development, which is a field which have been working for quite some time. And web development is a very complex area. And this is because it involves programming, for that matter. And we have got different tools which you can use. And when we talk about web development, we talk about the website, whether you can do the web design part, you create the website itself, then from there you can host the website. There is the maintenance aspect. So that is another thing that you need to know. In web development, you'll find that you need to engage people, or maybe people might engage you. And it works well if you normally brand yourself as a brand. You are normally working as a brand. The content that you share on your social platform, it works very well for me, because whenever I share, maybe it's a post, it's video on YouTube, on TikTok, things like those, on all those platforms, whenever I share a content in one way or the other, I normally end up getting 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 calls, maybe text via WhatsApp, something like that. And if you can get 20 and convert 2 to to be your customers, at the end of the day, you are making money out of it. And through that, that's how I normally get my clients. So long as you have the skills, these skills make it look like a kind of a brand. Brand yourself, talk much about, share that knowledge. People will end up knowing you. And once they know you now, the skill that you have, if it's web development or web design, whichever kind of skills that you have, these people are going to engage you. And because they have seen some of the products that you've created, they will end up engaging you in a way that now you can convert them into being your customers, and they will buy your services from you. So you can create the website for small businesses. That's where you normally start. You can either volunteer to create a website for one of your relative who has a business, or your friend. Again, once you do that, make sure you share. At least people to know that this is what I've done, because it gives you that experience. You can also create your personal kind of systems, because when we talk of web development, we normally have the front end, the back end, and for that matter, if you can be able to create kind of open source kind of systems which people can build on top of, and they recognize you. At the end of the day, when you go for a job interview, people will be able to recognize you. Have created several systems, like for example, have a hospital management system. I have got SACCO management systems. Most of those videos, those systems, I've done a video about them on my YouTube channel, something where you can go and check and see. I normally keep on improving them each and every time I get time. I normally improve them so that they can meet the standards and also what the market needs. So web development, for you to be good, you need to identify which area you want to specialize on. Is it on the front end, back end, whether you want to be a full stack, and choose a certain stack, because we normally have different stack. We normally have those guys who normally use Python on the back end. We have got the guys who normally use what do we call it? The PHP on the back end. We have got Java on the back end. We have got also JavaScript, which is which normally people use Node.js, which is the runtime for JavaScript on the back end. So although PHP and 7 of most of the websites that we have on internet, they normally run on PHP on the back end, because remember, we have got the management systems like WordPress, Wix, and so forth. So those platforms are built on top of PHP, and that's why we normally say PHP it's kind of the king of the server-side programming language. On the front end, you can still do with the basic HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap. But also, if you want to work on a complex system, I normally advise people to work on the front end using React, because React normally simplifies a lot of things. Although we have got other libraries and frameworks that you can use on front end, like Angular, then we have got Vue and so forth. Most of the JavaScript, JS front end stuff. So it's up to you to decide which area you want to specialize on. It's a whole topic that we can talk about. We cannot finalize all things on one session. So I think we will have another session where we can talk much about now the web development in depth, so that people who are newcomers on the field of web development, they can get to understand where to start on from what they need to do, where they can specialize on, or why do they need to specialize on those areas. Then we get in details. What are some of the key areas that they need to learn on these areas, maybe something like that. So if it's a full stack, there is another areas of some of the key important things that you need to understand, the structure of how systems which have got the both end, front end and back end, how they normally work. Now, the other area of freelancing, which people are making a lot of money out of it. Personally, I don't refer to it as data analysis. I normally refer to it as what we refer to as data science and machine learning. Although other people, they are referring to it as AI, that is artificial intelligence, of which AI, it's like AI, it's without the data, the AI cannot be able to work. So we need the data aspect, and without the machine learning aspect, we don't have the artificial intelligence. So you can either put it as artificial intelligence, but at the back of your mind, you need to know, for the AI to exist, then we need the data aspect. Then we also need the kind of system which can be able to learn from the data. That aspect of a system being able to learn and understand and make decisions based on the data set that it's given, that's what we refer to as artificial intelligence. And data science and machine learning is an area which has employed so many people. It's one of the field which is, I can say, it's trending nowadays, because this is an area where you find that other guys from other industry who have done statistics, I've seen also guys from business sector like accounting and so forth, they are trying to also venture in this field and to reap something from the data area, because it's not purely IT. Still, you need the knowledge to do with the statistics, those kind of calculations that we used to do back in schools, linear regression. We used to have K-means, naive Bayes, those kind of stuff. I know most of you covered them while you are in, I don't know, high school. I think linear regression, it used to be there. But in college and university, this is an area maybe you have covered it in one way or the other. Now, most institutions are in need of data analysis guys or professionals, or data scientists for that matter. And these can be splitted or can be regrouped in different categories. We have data engineers, we have got data analysis guys who can now do the analysis. Engineers, they can do preparations and do a few things here and there to make sure that you have got the right data, which they put the data together, which is extracting data from, maybe it can be online platform and other areas where they can get this data. So companies are in need of guys who are data professionals. And in this case, if you can be good or you can have the right skills to be able to analyze data for them, because they need these skills, of analyzing data that they have to solve the problems that they are facing. It can be maybe that they need to forecast and understand whether they will end up making losses or for that matter. Why do they need to venture into the market? Why do they need to design their products? What are views from the customers and so forth? What do they suggest? Things like those ones. So they want to answer all these kind of questions for them to stay safe, to make sure there is that continuity of them doing business and also making profit, and also venturing into new markets and having products which are selling, or maybe the customers are accepting, or they can accept and buy. So that's why you'll find that companies will engage. Maybe it can be on contract based. You can get some data from maybe a bank, a SACCO. SACCO needs to know who are the best customers for us, things like those ones. So some of these skills that you need for as a data engineer, as a data professional, let me just refer to it as that, because it's also another complex area we can talk about specifically, different from things to do with affiliate marketing and graphic design, digital marketing, content creations, and so forth, even different from web development. We can talk about data science, machine learning is a different topic, which is also very, very complex. But as I was saying, you need skills to do with things like just have understanding of how statistics, the statistical topics of mathematics. There are other topics, not only that one alone. You can venture into other topics which are related to data manipulations and so forth. And we have got, you can use some tools like Excel and so forth. Some of the tools, I will talk about them on a later part of this session. So basically, all those are the different types of freelancing, but I know there are more. Maybe there is something that I've missed on that. I've shared quite a number of the ones that I know most of you are aware of, but others you can list them somewhere, such that when we get the end of tail end of this session, also we will be able to share with us. Also, for those guys who can share with us on the comment section, it can also be good, or chat section, it can also be good for us. So let's go to the next part, which is benefits of freelancing. And what are some of the benefits of freelancing? I know there are countless benefits of freelancing, but here we have got just a few. And I know you'll be able to list more based on the types of freelancing that I've talked about, the nature of how freelancing works. And I know most of you will come with so many advantages or benefits for that matter. And the key important one, I normally say, it's always flexibility. Flexibility in the aspect that you can do other things. You are not limited. You are not going to report to work. You are not tied to do one task. You can do several tasks, and you are not tied up to work with working institutions. You have the flexibility to decide to work with one or more institutions to maximize your income. So that is one of the good things that you need to know. Autonomy. In this aspect, you'll find that you don't need to be one to have a boss who is supervising you on what to do, when you are supposed to deliver, when you are supposed to, all this kind of thing. It's kind of having that environment of workplace setup. In this case, you are the one who wakes up, decides on what to do, when to do it, and when you are on your right mindset, you can decide to do to carry out different tasks. Whether you decide to, because in most cases, the beauty of freelancing, most of the guys they normally work for maybe overseas companies. It might be overnight, sometimes during the day, and maybe you can choose like to have 2 or 3, because maybe these companies want you to deliver the task. So it takes you the shortest time possible, and you choose maybe this one I can work it for 3 hours. So you can work for different institutions at different times without that aspect of being supervised by someone. It's a matter of just deciding when to do things, what you do with them. Then freelancing, it has normally high rates. We have nowadays who are paying school fees for their kids. They have bought some materials asset for them using freelancing money. And personally, I can say without freelancing, life could have been very tough. Although I normally do kind of it as a side hustle, kind of pushing other things at the same time doing also freelancing part of it, because there are times where you find that you'll have to call me. I'm at work, still working, but at the end of the day, so long as I'm not busy, I'll be able to push 1 or 2, 3 tasks ahead and make money out of that. And you normally sometimes even get paid more than what you earn on a monthly basis, or even equivalent to equal to what you earn on a monthly basis. Sometimes it can be less because it keeps on changing. It's not a constant thing. And I know that's what makes people maybe fear to engage on freelancing. But I can tell you, it's an area where you find that there is a level where you can't go down. And again, the beauty of it is most of the companies, they are realizing like there is that change of how things are done. The traditional way of doing things, where you have to employ someone to an office, to report to you, to do all this stuff. They can split tasks in small jobs, which now they can give contract to various people. And once the people they deliver, they will be able maybe to pay less, but they don't need to keep this employee on their premises. Keep on wondering how the cost of keeping this employee on the roof, like to do with they need power, they need what, and so forth. Space which they normally pay. Most of the businesses are adapting these changes, and you'll find that it's an area which is growing. And as we said,